Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another little experiment, little information gathering thing. Today we're looking at all the shortest players in Football Manager, how they do in a league or a team together. So we've popped them all in the team of Ascot United. Thought it was an interesting team to have a look at with these players. So what I'll do is I'll run you through all the players, their heights and all that information, and then we'll see how they go on in the league. In goal we've got Serges Masur, a Burundi goalkeeper at 5'1". Yes, 5'1" goalkeeper. Yeah. Next, also at 5'1", is Ibrahim Mohamed Galoum of the UAE. Javier Vunj from Angola, standing at 4'11". Abdul Halim Ahmad Faizi, 4'11" centre half from Sri Lanka. Joseph Zimba is up next at 5 foot tall. Abdelaziz Salim Al Kabi, a centre half at 4'11". Buthavi Sipasong, a Laos international, standing at 5'1" at centre half. Akram Darwish, the centre midfielder turned right back from Syria, standing 4'11". Alin Turbatu is up next, the Romanian at 5 foot tall, can play anywhere on the left hand side. Miguel Sabo, the 38-year-old, again can play left back or left midfield, and standing at 5 feet tall. Andres Darza, the centre midfielder from Colombia, at 20 years old, stands at 4'11". Lasana Mendez, the Spaniard, who has been playing in the English leagues, standing 5 feet tall, and in the centre of midfield. Juan Felipe Morales, an 18-year-old, so with a lot of growth in him, standing 4'11". Zidane, no, not that one, but the one from Mozambique, playing right midfield at 4'11". Andre Reed, the Jamaican, at 5 feet tall. Israel Ramirez, a attacking midfielder or striker, at 4'11". Mauricio Fernandez is up next, a striker from Argentina at 5 feet tall. Probably one of the best players in the squad. Leong Pok Hei, the striker from Hong Kong, at 4'11". And finally, Miguel Angel Pereira, the 19-year-old Colombian, at 5 feet tall. So the tallest player in the squad is 5'1", which is Buthavi Sipasong, which is the centre half, along with the two goalkeepers. Otherwise, the shortest being 4'11", which is quite unbelievable, really, that they could be that small and play competitive football like this. But we'll see how they get on in the league. We'll jump 6 months and then to the end of the season, having seen how they've gone so far. Okay, here we are. We can see they are in fact top of the league. Have lost 2 games against Southall and Hounslow United, and drawn 1 against Frimley Green. But otherwise, winning 21 games isn't a bad turnaround. Playing a 4-3-3 formation, it does look like I have missed a player previously. Lewis Horn-Haynes, a striker or a winger at 5'1" tall. So one of the taller players in the squad, but they're still performing very, very well. It looks like Masoro has been loaned out to Bishop Sutton, the 20-year-old Burundi player, out to them. But there you have it. The squad is top of the league so far. 19 goals for Pereira, 14 for Ramirez and 14 for Fernandez. So they are banging in the goals and certainly are performing quite well, even with their height disadvantage. But there you have it. We'll go to the end of the season, take a look at how they've performed overall, if they can keep hold of that title and that 14-point lead, or if it does slip away from them at all. Let's take a look. So they have managed to win the league very, very comfortably in the end. 104 points in total. Let's take a look at the squad, how they've done. So it looks like Pereira and Fernandez continue to be the top 2 goal scorers, with Ramirez, Morales and Horn-Haynes not far behind, with Darwish there as well. So that's interesting to see. We can also see that there are a transfer in place. It looks like Tiafenthala, who's 5'8". I don't think he is meant to be in the squad. I don't quite know what's happened there, but he's leaving anyway. He's certainly a lot taller than the rest, and he's only 5'8" tall. It just shows you how small the club is. Juan Felipe Morales is deemed as the player to watch out for. 13 goals and 31 appearances. 19 years old. looks pretty solid for the future. Let's look at the schedule. How did they get on? So they did lose to Hungerford in a friendly there, and on penalties in the FA Cup to Oxford City, where they lost 2-all, having drawn 2-all. They also lost to Southall, as we saw. Hebburn beat them in the FA Vars 1-1 and then on penalties, and they drew against Barnstead near the latter end of the season. But there's a lot of games where there were very minimal goals scored by the opposition. The most goals they've conceded in one game was 2 goals, and that included all the friendlies as well. So that's quite impressive, really, when you think about it. And they're getting 2 or 3 goals a game nearly. So they're obviously working very well, and height isn't that much of a disadvantage in Football Manager, I guess. So if you are looking at centre-halves, don't worry about the height, just look at the jumping reach. That's what I'd suggest. Anyway, there you have it. I hope you did enjoy it. I thought that was a little bit interesting just to see what players are the smallest in the league and how they could get on together. But there you have it. Hope you'd enjoy. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you next time.